You can't talk about Skylanders.
Oh, come on, Burnip. I learned how to read for this.
I don't care. You can talk about that next month.
Well, there goes April's video. What am I gonna do then?
That's why I made you the Forgotten Egg. It has things that are forgotten, or you've forgotten about, or something. I don't know, you told me to make this.
Dang? I guess, Nick Oster's Pro. I don't fucking care. What? How is this forgotten? That's kind of maybe. Melody told you to put this in here, didn't she?
Yes, you're talking about Bungo Stray Dogs.
Oh, come on, you listen to her pronunciation. Popular manga getting an anime adaptation is nothing new or surprising. I wouldn't name a specific one, but her, and even him would get mad. So I'll just say some of the biggest animes like Attack on Titan, Trigun, and Chainsaw Man were first released as mangas, then years later received an anime adaptation. And this exact thing happened with Bungo Stray Dogs. On December 4th of 2012, the first volume of Bungo Stray Dogs was released in Japan, and in December 12th of 2016, the first English translation was released in America. But in early 2016, the Bungo Stray Dogs anime, which was made by the same people who made Mob Psycho 100 and Soul Eater, premiered on April 7th of 2016. Over the past few years, more and more seasons of the show have been made, and eventually the entire series was made available on the anime streaming service Crunchyroll. Whether it's because of the mangas or the anime, the series has been very successful, and currently has 23 volumes, 2 films, spin-offs, and so much more that clearly this show isn't going anywhere anytime soon. But is it actually any good? I'll be talking about every single episode in the first season, but just bear in mind that they're just basic summaries of each episode, and I do recommend watching the entire series but on your own. This is Season 1 of Bungo Stray Dogs. Also, sorry my hair looks like different kinda, you know, because like things happen sometimes. Burnip, it's guys' night. Why is she here?
Shut up, Andres. I get more bitches than you. Just watch the show.
In the first episode, it introduces us to our first character, Atsushi, as he's giving up on life. Then he remembers how his orphan parents hated him, so he decides not to give up. Then it's introduced the second best character in the entire show, I promise you'll like him eventually, Dasai, as he's trying to kill himself in the water. But Atsushi's able to save him. Dasai wants to make it up to him, but then Kunakita found him and started complaining about how he keeps trying to die. Something funny that I found out because of her is that the voice actor for Kunakita is the same as Germany from Italia. I'm calling him Germany for the rest of the video. Germany and Dasai took Atsushi to eat, as Dasai explains that they're trying to look for a big bad furry lion monster, and it just so happened that Atsushi has seen it. Germany forces him to help. While Atsushi and Dasai are waiting for the lion to show up, Dasai shows why he's my second favorite character in the entire series, because he's able to figure out that Atsushi is the lion. Dasai uses his powers to stop him, Germany gets there, he's big mad. The other characters introduce themselves, but we'll get to them later, and Atsushi is now a part of the team. Kinda. The episode begins with Atsushi waking up in the agency, and Dasai trying to kill himself in the oil bin. Again, he's my second favorite. Atsushi wants to get a different job, and Dasai helps him get another job, while also explaining that he would also take a test. After Germany shows up out of nowhere, explains how bad Dasai is at his job.
Reminds me of someone I know.
Germany tells him about a mission where someone in the agency threatens to blow up the place, while having a girl as hostage. After Germany fails to communicate with the bomber, Atsushi then tries to talk to him. Germany takes him down, and for a moment everything was fine. Then Dasai does a bit of trolling, because of course he does. The bomber gets up and sets off the bomb. Atsushi throws himself onto the bomb, and since this is just the second episode of the entire series, nothing happens. It turns out that the entire thing was the test that Dasai was talking about earlier. The bomber and the hostage girls were just other members in the agency. Since Atsushi saved everyone, the president of the agency officially allowed him to be in the group. Episode 3 begins with giving us a small introduction to each of the characters' backstories, except Dasai's. I promise it's important in a few episodes, just give me a second. A lady shows up in the agency asking for their help. Atsushi, Junichiro, and Naomi are sent to go do the mission, but it's revealed that the lady was doing a bit of trolling, but I wrote that in the script. The help of the new villain character, Akutagawa, nearly kills all 3 of the members, but they're saved by Dasai, who uses powers of taking people's abilities away. This continues into episode 4, where Atsushi is trying to leave the agency, in an attempt to try to get the mafia not to attack the group. But since he called Higuchi, you know, that blonde girl from the last episode, an attack was being planned. After Germany sees Atsushi leave, the mafia group attacks. Atsushi, assuming that they're all in trouble, rushes back, but it turns out that they're all just fine and they were able to beat everybody up. Also, Kenji throws everybody out the window.
You're my vitality is so blinding I can't think straight!
This guy likes men, by the way. I know I sort of explained both those episodes pretty quickly, but one, that's all that really happens, and two, there's a lot of blood in these episodes, and I really don't want to get in trouble, so... Alright, Bird Up, episode 5, so you liking it? Who the fuck is this?
That's my son. You show him respect.
Stepson.
Wait, what?
I have to stop caring about this stupid shit between my birds. In episode 5, Germany sends Atsushi to go do a job with Rumpo. The mission is about a lady who was murdered, and at first he assumed that there's another body, but it turns out to just be Dasai trying to die again.
You could have committed double suicide with me! My sorrow's crushing my heart, and there's nothing I can do to ease my pain!
I don't feel like making the joke again. Big detective police guy was saying that they should go away, that they couldn't figure it out. Rumpo then figures it out and reveals that it was one of the police officers. Eventually the police officer is interviewed and confronted about what actually happened that night. The policeman was trying to stop his girlfriend from investigating the part mafia. The girl didn't want to. The policeman was going to shoot her, then threatened to shoot himself, and then the girl gets shot by accident. After they all leave, Dasai explains to Atsushi that Rumpo doesn't really have any powers, and all that Rumpo is a good detective, while also saying Rumpo is just a special child that they just let around the agency. Or, in more blunt terms, he's autistic. Episode 6 begins with Dasai getting high off mushrooms. Him, Atsushi, and Germany go on a mission about people going missing, but they go find help with a new character named, he's not really important to the show, so I'm calling him James.
15 years later, I'm still pissed.
Which led them to an abandoned hospital. In there they find a girl in a box, and Germany shoots the box to save her, while Dasai flirts with her.
I'd say she's sexy as hell.
Then the group finds more people in a box. The box starts filling up with gas quick. It cuts to everyone back in the agency as Atsushi is reading the newspaper stating that the people in the box died and pretty much blame them. Atsushi and Germany go check up on the girl named... Again, the girl isn't that important, so I'm calling her Hannah.
This is the gayest conversation I've ever heard.
Germany finds out who the kidnapper is. The taxi guy. Oh yeah, I never mentioned the taxi guy. Germany and Dasai give an explanation. The car gets shot at. Dasai and Atsushi try to get the taxi driver, while Dasai stays behind to fight back using his gun and powers. Akutagawa shows up, they fight for like 5 seconds, and the episode wraps up by explaining that the taxi driver was arrested, and the group goes to the now abandoned building the organ traffickers had as their hideout. Episode 7 begins with Germany explaining how someone is attempting to blow a bomb somewhere in the city, while also making the agency look bad. Dasai is on a date with Hannah. In my script, I wrote, no, oh no, blah 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 blah, I forgot why. Anyways, Dasai knew about the mission because he's big smart man, and gets Hannah to help by giving information about the Asher King. Dasai theorizes that due to Germany's involvement, it's possible that he's getting targeted, and while Germany denies it by saying that the Asher King has been long dead, Dasai still warned him about the possibility. Big argument happens and Atsushi gets a text from Rumpo. There's a lot of stuff that happens in this episode, but all you have to know is that they were able to disarm the bomb eventually. It was discovered that the bomber was Hannah. Hannah dies, James dies. Episode 8 begins with Dasai going missing due to a little girl. Atsushi is worried for him, but everyone being aware of how strong Dasai is aren't really scared for him. Dr. Yosono shows up and asks for someone to go shopping with her. Everyone runs away except for Atsushi. So they go shopping together and the little girl from earlier passes by. Atsushi gets distracted and bumped into someone. After Yosono deals with the guy, the duo go on the train. Yosono warns Atsushi about the mafia, because as of now, he's their main target. Then the train starts going through an experiment by this guy from the mafia. Yosono and Atsushi split up. Atsushi runs into the same little girl from earlier, Kyoka, as she begins to use her powers. While at the same time, Yosono is bleeding on the ground. Kyoka explains that she's an orphan just like Atsushi, but she's also a part of the mafia. Yosono beats up the guy, Atsushi's hand turns into the lion, and it's revealed that Kyoka has a bomb. But by accident, the bomb is starting to go off. She doesn't want to hurt anyone, so she jumps off the train. Atsushi saves her, and it's revealed that Akutagawa has Dasai chained up. I don't care. Episode 9 continues the story of Kyoka, as Atsushi is waiting outside the hospital room. Germany tells him that she's just a lost cause and that Atsushi should stop trying to help her. Atsushi and Germany go ask questions to Kyoka. She explains how the mafia asked her to join, but all they wanted from her is her powers. Germany tells Atsushi to turn in Kyoka to the military police. It cuts to Dasai still being chained up with Akutagawa, as it's revealed that Dasai was a part of the mafia team at one point. Atsushi's still thinking if he should turn in Kyoka. Then he accidentally asks her out on a date. They go around the city while wasting all of Atsushi's money, but by the end of it, Kyoka goes to the police station to turn herself in. Then Akutagawa shows up, hurts Atsushi, and takes Kyoka. But now is when it's introduced the best character in the entire show, Chuya. He goes to visit Dasai while Chuya releases him so they can fight. The agency are still trying to find where Atsushi is, and the only leads they had led to nothing. The last thing they could do is ask Rumpo for help. He uses his powers to find Antoshi on a boat, and they're planning to take him outside of the country.
You can't handle the uber instincts of my uber autism.
The president gives Germany keys to the boat as the story continues into episode 10.
All aircraft report.
In episode 10, Dasai and Chuya are fighting each other. After beating each other up and Dasai messing with him, Chuya almost kills him but ultimately lets him go.
What? Go to hell. I was being sarcastic.
Next time you won't be so lucky.
I think you could tell why he's my favorite character.
Jeez, you can at least
Going back to Antoshi as he's on the boat with Kyoka and Akutagawa, Germany shows up and yells at Antoshi to get on the boat. But Antoshi goes back to save Kyoka. Akutagawa was about to hurt her, but then Antoshi was able to save her. The two of them start fighting. I really wish I could show it, but by the end of it, Antoshi is able to beat Akutagawa into the water, Kyoka saves him and puts him into the boat with Germany. At the end of the episode, Jeff Bezos is there. I'll get to him in a second. Episode 11 begins with Rumpo introducing Kyoka to Candy. Did I mention Rumpo's autistic? The president is the one who invited Kyoka to the agency, and she wants to be part of the group. Germany thinks it's a bad idea, but the president allows her to stay.
A femboy?
While talking to Jeff Bezos, it's revealed to Higuchi that Akutagawa is in the hospital and is in a coma. Her and the 3 other members get together and talk about something. Honestly, I don't know what's going on for like the first part of this episode, so I'm just gonna like speed run through this real quick. Higuchi went home and questions if she's suitable for this job, as these people start to take Akutagawa away. Higuchi runs back, gets a gun, and goes to attack the people who took Akutagawa, but fails as she's almost killed. But the rest of the mafia show up, kill everyone, and save Akutagawa. Back at the agency, Germany sends Antoshi and Kenji on a mission to see a car smash into a building. The both of them go into a food market to try to find more clues, as Antoshi learns how friendly Kenji is. They go into a building but are unable to get any new information. Then the people from the building circle them, and yet Kenji thinks it's a good thing. Then he gets hit, and gets back up and beats everybody up with a car. Yeah, I know there's a lot more stuff that happened at the end, but this video is getting way too long, so...
Hey, Andreas, right? Like, can you send me the audio file? Okay, no, I can accept that my bird just had sex next to me, right? But who are you? Oh, I'm Andrew, right? Not that Andrew you're thinking of, right? But the Andrew who, like, edits your videos and stuff, and, like, I have my own channel. Okay, no, who else is in here? Oh, I'm here.
I'm here too.
I'm here too, I just don't give a shit.
But Berta, why did you invite everyone here?
Shut up, Andres. This is the most amount of people you'll ever have in your...
Maybe I should stop editing on an iPad.
Berta, you're not allowed to invite anyone else over.
Just finish the last episode.
In the final episode of the season, a helicopter flies in with Jeff Bezos, as he tries to buy the agency, but the president refuses. After lots of talking, they leave with Kenji. Then Kenji isn't there. While trying to find Kenji, everyone splits up. Then Naomi disappears. A red-haired girl named Lucy sends them into Anne's play place. Everyone leaves except Antoshi, Junichiro, and some old guys, with Junichiro being taken away first. He tries to leave, but the old guy stops him. But eventually, even Antoshi gets sucked into the room. Then the Matrix happens, and honestly, I watched the scene so many times I still don't know what happened. By the end of it, everybody's back. Lucy runs away, and the episode wraps up by having the old guy walk towards the Mafia as they just killed someone. Who exactly? I don't fucking know.
Using game theory.
And that's it. As I said earlier, there are 3 other seasons of the show which continue the story, give us more backstories, and introduce us to more characters of the show, like Fyodor, Poe, Nikolai, and many more. Maybe someday in the future I'll talk about the rest of the show, but at least for now, that was Season 1 of Bungo Stray Dogs.
And there, I watched it. See, Melody? I can actually do it.
Thank you for finally shutting up. Every time you speak, it hurts my non-existent heart. Well then, at least there's not any other commentary channels out here.
What's up, guys, and welcome back to the Tom Dark channel. I'm your host, Tom Dark.
Well, shit.
There's a common theme that happens every time Melody tells me about something that she likes that week. First, Melody tells me about something that she's interested in. Whether it's things like Mob Psycho, Tally Hall, something that's not Swap Force related, she just tells me about the things that she likes. Then I think it's dumb and it can't be as good as she's describing it. Then Melody tells me to just watch it to either prove her point or my point. And lastly, I would end up actually enjoying what she was either listening, playing, or watching. Why exactly does this happen every time? Well, according to Melody, it's because I know more things than just Skylander. But it's also because the content that she watches is actually good, and Bungo Stray Dogs is no different. The show is something that many people have possibly seen something similar to before, and if you have, go outside. It has characters that you can possibly relate to with abuse, joking about suicide, and seeing people who are just trying to find a purpose in their life, by either trying to prove people wrong or constantly trying to die. And with each episode, you learn more and more about the characters in the world and how they improve over time. If you're an anime enjoyer who stays at home all day who really likes Mob Psycho, then you'll enjoy the show just as much. Or if you're someone who barely watches anything anime related at all, then this should be a good watch, because Bungo Stray Dogs is a great show. But I only know that because my friend forced me to watch it. I will never make a video about anime again, unless she forces me to. Die.